Dodgers got second and third, by the way, to us. That's huge. One-run game.
Chris and Cash.
Chris and Cash Show.
Podcast.
It's Friday, October 7th,
It
2016.
is inching closer and closer to Halloween.
And we're going to open up with the Red Sox.
With the Red Sox and baseball in general, I guess. We have the TV on in the other room. By the way, the best thing is Scotty's TV is motion censored. So every once in a while,
randomly shut off.
Yeah, it randomly shuts off after like 15 minutes of no motion. So every once in a while, Scotty will go out in the other room and wave his arms like
I'll do like a jumping
fucking
jack.
bird. Yeah, he's like, whoa! So I get to watch that. You guys don't get to see it, but it's fucking hilarious if we ever got to be simulcasted.
Yeah, we do. Well, we have to
on TV.
We have to get more than like Tyler and like
More than like 8 viewers or whatever we get. Yeah. But it is hilarious. Scotty just runs out in the other room, flaps his arms a couple times, and comes back in, and I just keep talking, and he talks, whatever.
We are going to open up with the Red Sox, though, and I got to tell you, I told you last week that I expected the Red Sox to win this game, the series in 4 games.
I expected them to win the series.
Obviously, that's not going to happen now.
It can't happen. An impossibility.
Well, it's impossible. Well, unless they beat them so bad in 3 and 4, they just they institute a mercy rule.
Yeah,
and
Cleveland just throws it in.
But that's not going to happen. Now, I said also before the series, there were 3 people that could hinder them from. Not hinder them. Well, yeah, hinder them, but keep them from winning this series. In no specific order, it was John Farrell, David Price, Craig Kimbrell.
Yep, and you know what? He did say that. He said that before anyone else did, before Tomasi wrote it. Scotty Cash said it, and I absolutely agree with him.
Now, Kimbrell pitched 1 inning, like 1/3 of an inning tonight. Small sample size.
Nothing's on Kimbrell's fault.
Nothing on Kimbrell right now. He hasn't really had a chance to pitch with the game in the balance, so I mean we can't say that.
Price right now is a dog.
No,
absolutely.
I was on the train from day one that signing him was a huge mistake. You know what the other thing?
I disagree with you. Not that it.
Do you know what the other funny thing is too?
I never told you Price was going to be good in the playoffs.
Do you know what the narrative was in April with Price? Because he signed a 6-year deal, right? He has an opt-out option after 3.
I hope he opts out.
No, everyone was like, "Oh, the only bad thing about that deal is he could opt out after 3."
That'd be phenomenal.
He's not opting out now. He's not going to get $30 million from anywhere else.
He might just because of the crazy pitcher market. We've talked about this before. When Pacella was
not
signed,
at 33 years
remember
old.
when Pacella was signed at what, $20 million?
We said
everyone
it
was
was a bargain.
like, oh, and I was like, that's going to be a bargain because in a few years that's going to be 3rd and 4th pitching money.
That was Cherington signing.
Right. Cherington's actually made a lot of good GM moves that paid off for them. They won the 2013 World Series. Where are they? They're where they are now because of Cherington in a lot of ways. He gets no credit. He's like the Dan Duquette of like the coming like barrage of Red Sox players.
For all the things about Dombrowski being like this, like
Dombrowski so far has sucked.
It being this like mythical baseball man and like this and that.
So far he sucked. Do you disagree?
He signed David Price.
Right.
He traded for Craig Kimbrell. Not that Kimbrell had a terrible year, but
he wasn't anything
shaky.
incredible.
He's shaky.
Yeah.
To say the least. And he traded the #1 pitching prospect for Drew Pomeranz, who is on a innings pitch limit, and he's not even in the rotation.
And has a bad arm, which that's not his fault, but it has to be played into it. It's still not fair that the Red Sox didn't get anything back.
Even though he actually didn't pitch bad the other night.
He pitched fine,
but
he was relatively mediocre.
I would have started him today.
I have a question for you though.
Go ahead.
He's not in the playoff rotation, right?
No.
Is that a guy that you trade your top pitching prospect for?
No.
Can't crack your playoff rotation.
And I didn't mind that deal at the time.
I didn't either.
I didn't know he was hurt.
They needed pitching.
I didn't know he was hurt.
They needed pitching.
They did, but
we didn't need Anderson Espinosa. And I remember I couldn't remember that name. Remember that night?
Right.
You just laughed at me, and I was like,
but
fuck.
I signed off on that deal on the assumption that there was nothing wrong with the guy.
Plus, we signed off on the deal on the assumption that he would be somewhat similar, like a facsimile to what he was with San Diego. Correct?
He was terrible his first couple starts, and then he actually settled down, and then he had 2 stinkers at the end of the year. But
so it was terrible, decent, terrible.
Now,
you can blame David Price.
Price. And I'm going to tell you something else.
But
Farrell hasn't been bad the first 2 games.
Listen, in-game, as an in-game manager, Farrell hasn't made mistakes. He has. What has he made as a mistake? What has cost his team that he did?
That really, I can't think of
Did he let up solo home runs? No, he did not.
He didn't.
Is it his fault that Price sucked today? Not really. He can't go to the bullpen after 1 inning.
It is his fault that David Price gave up a 3-run homer to Lonnie Chisenhall, who hasn't hit a home run off a lefty all year.
No. So should Farrell, take Price out after the first inning? What can he do?
No,
he can't do that.
And you know what? We killed John a lot on this program, and a lot of it is deserved. But I can't put these first 2 games. I can't say that it was John's fault.
But I disagree, and I'm going to tell you why. It's not his in-game managing.
You're going to talk about everything.
This is his
out-game
managing.
You're going to talk about.
This is his managing personalities, managing players long term, managing the momentum of the team, the tone of the team, all of that. They are where they are right now as a dead log team because of him. How did the Blue Jays end the regular season?
They needed every single game.
But were they hot?
Mm-hmm.
Decently hot? How are they doing now?
They're flying.
How did the Red Sox in the regular season?
Well, they won 11 in a row, then they lost 5 of the last 6.
So I'm talking about the very end. 5 out of the last 6. Now how they're stinkers, right?
Mm-hmm.
People can say, "Oh, there's no momentum." There is. When you're playing hot, you're playing hot.
I've always said you're going to win a world championship in any sport. Football, basketball, baseball, even hockey probably more than the others.
Hockey's just, yeah. It really is all about how hot you get.
You got to go in the playoffs of some kind of role.
Yeah.
And the Red Sox haven't been playing good at
Yo,
all.
2011 Giants had a negative point differential and won. That's almost impossible.
Well, they had so many freak things happen that.
Well, I understand that, but they should not have won.
Was it in Green Bay was 16-1.
15-1.
Green Bay was 15-1. Eli closed his eyes at the end of the first half and just chucked it, and it was a Hail Mary. I mean, that Manningham catch.
You, though, when it's the playoffs or the Super Bowl, just lets his balls drop and they crush people, man. I don't know what it is. It's the exact opposite of Peyton.
Peyton Manning is a better playoff performer than David Price is.
Wow, did you really just go there?
And I mean it.
It's probably true.
Straight face,
I was
right?
telling you earlier. Did I not tell you earlier he might be one of, if not the worst postseason pitcher ever?
Listen, Peyton had, he had some definite stink bombs in the playoffs, no question. But
he had good games too.
He had really good games.
Price doesn't really have those good games.
No, ever.
He's just, and it's getting to the point now where I can't just be like, well, it's small sample size.
David Price isn't beaten up on the Denver Broncos 49-24 in the divisional round.
At what point is it no longer a small sample size? No one ever says Kurt Schilling's awesomeness in the playoffs is small sample size, right?
No. So
this isn't small sample size either.
He's 0-8 as a starter, and he has 1 no decision.
And 2 wins as a reliever.
This is the most important stat.
This ERA
His teams are 0-9.
He sucks.
0-9 in games that he starts. His team is 0-9.
Right. It's at the point now where I can't just be like, well, small sample size. And when they picked up Price, I never told you it was great for the playoffs. We just joked about how they was going to be awesome till September, then we'd get in the playoffs.
He wasn't even awesome until September.
I know. That's the thing. But I told you we needed 2 aces. We kind of got one ace grew, Rick Porcello. He sprouted up. And then we had Price, who was decent enough to get us through. And Wright was an ace for half a season, kind of. He really was.
He was probably the best pitcher in the first half.
Yeah, he made the All-Star game for a reason. But Farrell has... Bogarts doesn't look like a major league player. I would have sat him today.
I have been telling you.
I would have played Holt at short.
I have been telling you for 2 years he's overrated.
Yeah, but see, he wasn't overrated until this half of the season when he got burnt out by Farrell being a dipshit. Okay, you can blame that on your manager. Seriously, guys don't go from hitting 3-something for a year and a half.
He was hitting
330, 340 for a year and a half.
I have 359.
Right, and last year he was hitting 320 and came second in the AL. He doesn't do that for a year and then another half year and then suddenly fall off. He even said one time, I intimated he was tired. He was worn out. He's a guy that they should have been like, all right, his 3 days rest now.
How much of that is he's legitimately tired, and how much of that is he's having a loopy swing and guys are figuring him out?
I think it's when you get... This is what happens. And the same thing happens to Bradley. You get...
Oh, Bradley's horrendous.
You start to press. You get pushed. You start to lose confidence, and you start to swing and become a less disciplined hitter.
Bradley tries to pull everything.
Bradley right now is trying to pull everything, and he's swinging at everything. It could be in the dirt or eye high. He's swinging for it. Okay?
That's just 2 guys. How would you like to be the Orioles and have 9 guys like that in your lineup?
The difference is your 9 guys at least will hit home runs. Right now they're doing nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
I don't know if you're...
It's not like they're like Chris Davis and they're going to hit one out, or Trumbo.
I said something to you. We were talking about baseball the night of your wedding. And I don't know if you remember this. You probably don't.
No, but I called it the Red Sox winning the World Series. I told my sister-in-law that.
That was in July.
Yeah, but at that wedding, I told my sister-in-law, they're winning the World Series.
I don't know if you remember this. I think it was the second to last day of the regular season was the night of your wedding. That was the year that Chris Davis hit 53 homers and had 140-something RBIs. And I think you said something like, oh, yeah, Scotty, I mean, you guys are set up good. Chris Davis had a great year. And what did I tell you?
Well, you had everybody. Didn't you have Markakis back then?
I think he was still on the team. Yeah, but do you remember what I said to you?
Machado was just coming up.
When you made that comment about Chris Davis, do you remember what I said to you?
Mm-mm.
Perfect time to trade him. Trade him right now. Trade him for a starting pitcher right now.
You could always say that.
I would trade Bradley. I would explore trading Bradley in the offseason for a pitcher. I really would.
I would have traded Bradley after the hot streak. We talked about that.
They need pitching. They need pitching. I'm trying to think of somebody.
Well, The problem is
Like, okay, I know he's rough around the edges and he's kind of a head case. If
Chris Sale.
No, listen. If the Royals called and offered you like Yordan Ventura for him, wouldn't you do that?
Well, yeah.
He's like 22 years,
Dude,
23
I would
years
always
old. He's got a
trade
live
him.
arm.
I would always. You always trade an outfielder for a pitcher.
Well, the right pitcher.
That's right. I don't mean you just like, here's our best outfielder. Here's Mookie Betts for Pomerantz. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what I meant. I mean, maybe Dumbo would do that. I don't know.
If Dombrowski was the GM 2 years ago, Betts and Bogarts wouldn't be on the team.
We wouldn't have a team right now. That's my point. But Bogarts, he looks horrible. Bradley looks horrible,
Even
correct?
Mookie's hit the skins.
Mookie looks horrible right now. And part of that is the manager. It really is. David Ortiz is tight as shit. Now, that's the Red Sox fault. They didn't need to go.
They didn't need to do a 3-day festival.
They could have done a
this
one-day
weekend.
festival.
Oh, my God.
They could have done a one-day thing and made
And
it
I'm
small.
sorry. That was insufferable. That was so bad.
I told you in the preseason. I was pissed. Spring training. Did we not talk about that?
Preseason. Like, it's
Well,
not
I call it the
football.
preseason.
Whatever.
It's always the postseason, the preseason.
Baseball always has. It's not a coach. It's a manager. It's not preseason. It's spring
Is
training.
the World Series not the finals?
Yeah.
It is. That's what I mean.
Baseball and hockey are different.
Well, yeah. One is a puck, one is a ball. One
Yeah.
gets thrown, one gets hit with a fucking stick. Like, one is a manager, one is a coach. I get it. I can understand the differences. One is a blue line, one is bases.
Claude Farrell right now.
Oh, Claude's way better than Farrell. I would put Claude as the fucking manager of the Red Sox.
That was my point.
Yeah, right now. He'd just be like, hey, Ortiz, tell them what to do. You know what I mean? Ortiz would just be like, this is our fucking city.
It's our fucking seed. I'm Daniel T. The best thing is my uncle had me dying.
I'm Dane Ortiz.
Because like with his accent, he doesn't sound like he says David Ortiz.
It says Dane, yeah.
Dane O.T.
I'm Dane Ortiz.
Michael Tom's like, well, it sounds like an Irish guy. Dane O.T. Like O''T''E'.
Oh, man. But seriously, Farrell, I think, is the problem outside of, like,
In game, these past two games,
he hasn't made mistakes because, first of all, he hasn't been in the position, to make a mistake.
right?
Like, there's not like, oh, he had to do this or that. Like, he put in Pomerantz. I think he's the things that he has done with the pitching step, like putting in people.
You can't argue with any of it.
He hasn't made any mistakes there.
I thought he actually got Porcello out at the perfect time.
I did too, because he obviously
For two
he was
reasons.
elevating the ball.
For he could not get his breaking pitches over. That was number one.
He didn't have a changeup.
His changeup was non-existent. So that was number one. And he limited the damage. But number two, Porcello threw 70-something pitches. So if you force a game 5, he's not going to be fatigued for game 5.
I'm pitching him in game 4 probably.
It depends.
If you win with Buchholz, okay.
I mean, okay.
First of all,
for the record,
game 3 right now. For the record, I don't give a fuck if Price is friggin' tired or whatever. I'm gonna be like, dude, you had a day off. This is your side session day, anyways. He could come in for an inning. I'm putting anybody in for an inning.
John Lackey did that in the World Series 3 years ago.
I don't care if you pitched, as long as you didn't pitch literally the day before as a starter. If you have 1 day of rest in between, I'm pitching you just for an inning. I'm not asking you to do a start. I'm asking you for an inning. Now, asking Price for an inning is scary because he's going to give up 10 runs. But the point is, Farrell has to realize it's all. I don't know if he realizes that he doesn't seem to be too urgent right now.
Listen to me. I think, and I'm going out on a limb here, it's just a gut feeling. Call it what you will. I'll take the Heat next week if it doesn't work out this way. I think they're winning Sunday.
Okay.
I think they're going to win
And then
Sunday.
what, losing in 4 or 5?
So Farrell's going to have a decision to make. Do you bring Porcello back on?
I do.
So it's Monday. So this would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This would be basically 3-4 days rest,
This
right?
is going to sound crazy. I bring Porcello back on short rest.
But the
I
only
pitch
problem
Hero
is,
in Game 5.
The only problem is you're going to have Price going in Game 5.
I pitch Ero. And if Price pitches Game 1 of the next series if they make it.
You really want him pitching Game 1 of the
I don't want him pitching at all right now.
You're down 0-1.
I'm like, Pomerantz, you're now in the rotation.
If you're survive, you're down
You know
0-1.
what I mean? Like, is down 0-1 better than losing in this previous series? That's like, oh, you can't. Yeah, that's like the argument when people make against Brady, against LeBron. Oh, Brady lost 2 Super Bowls. Okay, but he made 6. Do you want him to lose earlier? Is that better? Well, LeBron, so many finals, only has 3 rings. Yeah, but he makes finals every freaking year. I understand it's the weak East, but you can't be mad at somebody for advancing further. So if it takes you skipping Price and putting him back,
Larry only lost twice against the Lakers.
there's a lot of other years Larry probably should have made the finals. And he'll tell you. Larry Bird will tell you himself that he left championships on the table. Again, the over-under on championships you should have is 4.5.
We're not having this conversation.
And I love Larry. You know
not
I
having
love
this
Larry.
conversation. The only championship he left on the table was 85. We've been over this. I give you that one. That's the only one.
4.5. He could have had some more.
Look, really quick rundown because we've talked about this ad nauseum. 1980, he's a rookie. Parrish and McHale weren't on the team. Dave Cowens and Pete Maravich were old. They lost to a superior Philly team. I don't care if they had home court. Philly was better. Go look at the rosters. They were better. 81, they were the best team. They won. 82, they had the best record in the league. Tiny separates his shoulder and they lose in Game 7.
They still could have won. They still could
Against
have
a
won.
stacked
Still could have
Philly
won.
team.
Still could have won. Continue. We'll give him a quarter of a championship there that should have been. Keep going.
Your starting point guard's hurt and he's not
He
playing.
but they still could have won. Keep going.
Who was a 40-year-old Chris Ford?
83.
They quit on Fish.
So yeah, it's okay that they quit.
No, but,
84,
but no
they
one,
won.
But no one was beating the Sixers in 83.
Okay, so 80,
Agreed?
Yes, I agree. That
80
one I don't count.
84, best team, they won.
Yes.
85, best team, they didn't win.
Right.
That's
they
on
should
him.
have that one.
He had a bad hand, he had a bad
86,
elbow, they still should have won.
Obviously,
Still should have
we know
won.
they won in 86.
86, best team, they won.
87, they could have won.
87, players were dying and they were all hurt and they still forced
But
Game
they
6.
still could have won, though. Am I wrong?
All right.
Listen, they should have won in 85, so that's 4. And then either 87
88
or
they were too old.
82.
The
I didn't know. 87 or 80,
Pistons were prime
87
in
or 82. He probably could have stole one.
82
That's why
isn't
it's
fair.
4.5.
82 isn't fair.
4.5. 4.5. I said the over-under on rings he should have had is 4.5. I didn't say 5. I said 4.5.
85 I give you. 82, no.
Just telling you, he's at 3 when he should probably be at 4.5.
You're discounting the loss of Tiny Archibald, the Hall of Famer, a scoring champion.
He still wasn't the same player he was earlier in his career.
That's fine.
Come on.
Okay, hold on.
That's like if
this guy
like if Vince Carter gets injured right now. He's a Hall of Famer though.
Okay,
but he's
the
old.
starting point guard, still an all-star in the league, goes down for a series. Coming from the guy.
You and I know all-star means nothing.
Coming from the guy who, when Avery Bradley went down, said, "Oh, it doesn't count. Avery Bradley got hurt." Same
They
guy.
also don't have a transcendent player to carry them. Listen, if LeBron James was on the Celtics, I wouldn't be making excuses because Avery Bradley went down. I'd be like, LeBron has to carry them through this series. Okay? That's how that works. It just is. And Avery Bradley is, I agree, Avery Bradley is not the level of player Tiny Archibald was, even probably at that
Tiny's
time.
healthy in 82, they repeat. It's that simple.
Probably.
That was a good... I think I'd have to look it up. I believe...
But that's like me being like, if the Patriots were out there every year, they'd have 17 Super Bowls.
Probably would. To be fair, I'd have to look it up. In 82, I believe they beat the Lakers twice, and James Worthy wasn't on the team yet, so they're probably going to beat the Lakers that series if they're healthy,
I think James Worthy gets a little overrated. Great player. A little overrated.
Oh, Worthy was great. But...
Big game player. A little overrated.
They probably... A Worthy-less Laker team?
If
they're healthy, they probably win that series, right?
Yeah.
In 83, with Moses, no one was beating that Philly team.
Well, that was Moses.
Nobody.
People would be like, Dr. J. But like, Dr. J was good. Moses was incredible. Moses carried that team.
Moses was the best player on that team.
The rest of the team
They
could
romanticize about Julius Erving.
To go back to your 87, okay? The rest of the team could have died. Players could have been dying. Moses still would have won the championship by himself. He would have lost probably one more game on the way, but he would have won by himself.
Yeah, Mr. Fo only has one ring. Bird has 3, so...
Look, there's a reason why Moses is just outside of the GOAT room, like, getting in.
He's the bouncer.
He's the bouncer. He's the guy, like, on the cusp of the GOAT room.
No, he's
literally, like,
he's
halfway on the Pantheon. Yeah, right. He's stuck in the doorway. Like, no one else can come in. Fuck you guys. You know what I mean? He is that guy. He's just sitting there, hanging out. All right? Bird's in the room. We've talked about this. He's not at the table.
No, he's at the
other table.
He's at the Fisher-Price table with Magic and Wilt and probably LeBron.
And LeBron right now, and maybe Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq's on
Duncan.
Shaq's on a bar stool.
Well, they're around. Kobe's in the room, but he's not.
No, he's not. He's not in the room.
Kobe and Hakeem are in the room.
He's on the outside.
No, Kobe and Hakeem are in the room.
He's not a top 10 player.
They're just like, dude, I have him 10 or 11.
Kobe is the Derek Jeter of the NBA. I'm sorry.
Timeout. Fair comparison, the fact that he's overrated and not as good as everyone says he was, especially considering right now, and that he played in LA, so he gets overrated like Jeter did for New York. However, he's still a way better player than Jeter. And Jeter's still more overrated than... Jeter is not only a lower-level player than Kobe, because Kobe was a great player. He just wasn't on a transcendent level. Okay? Kobe was a Jeter in the fact that Kobe was great. Kobe was great for a very long time. Jeter was just very good for a very long time. There's a difference there. Okay? Tell me how many times in It's a Different Sport that Kobe wasn't the best player on his team. Okay, when Shaq was there. Other than that, Jeter was never the best player on his team.
But he was the best player
Ever. Didn't exist.
He was the best player in the league for about 15 minutes. That's my biggest problem.
I don't even know if he was ever the best player in the league. But I know Jeter wasn't. I know for a fact Jeter wasn't.
Because I was saying
Jeter was never the best player on his team.
I was saying as early as 2008 that LeBron was a better all-around player.
I agree with you. There's a difference. LeBron's a better player. But I mean, I can sit here and tell you right now.
I love LeBron prior to the decision. He was one of my favorite players.
Oh, I love LeBron until he became a cunt. I agree. At some point, he was like a very happy-go-lucky, like you rooted for everyone rooted for the kid. We want to see incredible talent. That we do as people. I mean, it's part of it. We want to see it. We want to root against it or for it.
His performance in Game 7 against Golden State kind of redeemed himself a little bit.
Oh, he redeemed himself a lot, and he's been at this series cheering for the Indians. It is what it is.
He's a Yankee fan. Why
now, by the way,
have Indians crap on?
Yeah, he shouldn't be a Yankee fan. I hate when people are Yankees fans just because they want to be Yankees fans. It's absurd.
What about my old man? He grew up in the 50s and 60s.
Mickey Mantle care about you?
Mickey Mantle makes $100,000 a year. How much your father make?
Anyways, Scotty showed me an awesome video earlier. We always get off track. Scotty showed me an awesome video of that best scene from that movie. Now you can't leave. All right, and
I love this by Jimmy G, Pussy Fugazi.
Yeah, that's what I'm about topic today. Jimmy G, Pussy Fugazi. But now you can't leave, and it's Brady.
He punches Goodell
as Sonny,
and it's Mike Kensel, Mort, Mike Felger.
I don't know why they have Mike Felger and Mike Adams in there.
I didn't even.
Mikey Adams is the next guy after Felger, or two.
I don't understand why Felger's in there.
I don't know why Mikey Adams is in there either.
Felger's been saying the whole time the whole thing's retarded, even if he did it.
Yeah, but he thinks that they did do it.
They probably did.
I don't think they did.
They probably did.
No, another guy from MIT came out again, like did the best mathematical things so far, and was like, "This is impossible. They're completely right. They fucked up. Like exponent did the math wrong, and this is what happened." And I can sit here and tell you, 100%,
whatever.
There's 0% chance Tom Brady cheated. Like that's literally what he said. Like no,
it's over.
Like, I regret that, but every day a new scientist comes out and says, "What the hell's wrong with this?"
I tell you, they blew a chance to go 4-0. They blew it.
They did, but what did we say about the Buffalo game?
And I gotta.
What did we say about how many points needed to be scored to win?
I said they score 20 plus, they win.
Yeah, but we said 16 to 17 is what I said. First team to score 16 to 17 is going to win.
That game was over early in the second quarter.
Game was over when it was 10-0.
You knew they weren't scoring.
I said
that was like.
Did I not? If you go back to our text, 10-0. I said the game's over.
That game.
Everyone's like, "Oh, there's a lot of time left." No, it's over.
No, and I agreed with you.
No, I know, but everyone's like, "A lot of time left." Yeah, but have you watched the game?
This is like the. This reminded me.
We can't stop them, and they can stop us.
This reminded me of that game plan. Honestly, reminded me of the Miami game plan in Week 17 last year.
But I want to talk about that though, because Brissett just had thumb surgery.
We're gonna come back to the Red Sox. We'll come back to the Red Sox.
Let's go back to the Red Sox first then. First of all, let's talk about the wild card games. I hate the wild card games. I believe every series should be 7. That's my personal belief in baseball. You play 162 games. I want you to have a long enough series to figure out who's actually the best. And I'm not saying that because the Red Sox are down 2-0. I could care less if the Red Sox lose, to be honest with you. I mean, I'll be pissed, but that's not what I want 7 for. I don't like the wild card games.
I don't either.
However, this year, I loved them. Only because they were awesome.
No, they were good. They were good games.
Now, I know that your Orioles lost.
Can I be honest with you, though?
Yeah.
I was down. I was in Provincetown with you know who. And I watched a game. I watched them lose. And she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry they lost." And I honestly, like, I shocked her. I'm like, I don't care.
I know you don't. You knew they were going to lose. You told me they were going to lose.
I knew they were going to lose.
Huh. Well, you and I both still thought most of the year that Toronto was the best team in the AL East, correct?
I thought they were going to win the division.
They have a great lineup, with decent starting pitching. Their bullpen's iffy.
They lost David Price and the starting pitching got better. What does that tell you?
Let's not talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
The Red Sox screwed up. And I get it because he's Dombrowski's guy. You're going to sign a guy. You're going to back up the Bringstruck for a guy last winter and had to be Greinke. Had to be Zach Greinke.
Well, I wanted 2. I told you that.
But I was a big Greinke guy. I was telling you, they got to go get him.
It is what it is. But we're going to have to get another pitcher next year.
But Dombo has a hard-on for Price, and he paid the price. Pun definitely intended. His teams are 0-9 in his playoff starts.
Again, I kind of blame Farrell, though. I really do.
All right, excuse me. I got to go do the dirty bird.
You got to go do the dirty bird so the TV don't shut off. But I really kind of do blame Farrell. I mean, all the kids look horrible. Ortiz look drained. The whole lineup, there's no energy. What is a manager supposed to do?
I feel bad for Ortiz.
I do too.
He did not look, to me, aside from maybe when his teammates, his former teammates showed up, I can't remember one point that whole Friday, Saturday, Sunday last week where he looked happy to be there.
Looked like they were sucking the life out of him, honestly. And in the first game, okay, he looked overmatched against like 94-mile-per-hour fastballs. He looked like he was too tired to swing. I mean, I know he hit that double. That was nice. And honestly,
last night?
Yeah. I actually thought he hurt himself running. That's how fast he was moving for him.
No, he was hauling ass. He was going around the base.
I was like, oh no, he's gonna get injured. But that base mattered, and then it ended up didn't matter. They left too many people. They left guys on third. They lost. Perez had an awesome game.
Mm-hmm.
He was the reason they won game one.
Mm-hmm.
Showalter doesn't pitch Britton.
Unforgivable.
Right.
You're in a one-game playoff for your seasons. Win or go home. There's no tomorrow. You're in extra innings on the road. In an elimination game. And you don't use the best closer in baseball.
I read an article.
And the sad thing is, Buck managed that game brilliantly.
He did the rest of it. But I read an article that statistically, it probably would have been the best move to pitch Britton almost any time in that game. Similar to what
Francona did
with Miller.
Night.
That's a wonderful move.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you don't know.
And they asked Tito about that after the game. Why'd you go to Miller so early in the seventh? He goes, it's game one. I wanted to win the game.
Yeah. Sometimes the ninth inning isn't the most important.
Because statistically, you win the first game, and not always, but you win the first game in the series, you win the series like 70% of the time or something.
It's a good amount.
Like that, yeah.
And the thing is, sometimes the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, you don't have no idea what the most important inning is going to be. It could be a one-run game. You could 2 men on. Your other guy's gassed. You bring him in for 3 innings. He shuts him down.
You know what the
they
thing
might
is?
not have an offense the rest of the game.
You know what the thing is too, especially the 2 championship runs.
Like you said, third time through the meat of the order.
I'm watching that game, and I just kind of like smile and like chuckle to myself last night because I said that used to be the Red Sox. How many times did he bring like someone like Alan Embry and Mike Timlin in the 6th inning of a game that he needed in the playoffs?
I'm surprised
Just
Farrell
to
didn't
bridge
bring
the
Koji in.
What?
Surprised Farrell didn't bring Koji in.
Mm-hmm.
When Price was having trouble today.
Too early for him, I think.
Doesn't matter when you bring him in.
The way they were swinging the bats, when it was 4-0.
You need to bring them in.
Doesn't the game kind of feel like it's lost based on their body language when it was 4-0?
Yeah, but wasn't it 3-0 when he left?
4-0.
Oh,
it was 1-0, and then he gave up the 3-run home.
So you think it's already lost at that point?
When it was 4-0, and I was listening in the car driving, but when I heard the home run, I was like,
question though, even though it's 4-0, then you have men on base again, and Price left, and Pomeranz let one inherited runner score. Okay,
mm-hmm.
You can still score. Okay, it's not the end of the game. Isn't that possibly the highest leverage position in the game, right then and there?
Probably.
You can't bring in one of your better pitches, especially when he's going to have a day of rest regardless next day. He's a reliever. Is he not going to be available Sunday if you're resting tomorrow?
You're picking nits on Farrell right now, honestly.
No, I'm saying Showalter should have done it or could have done it. Francona did do it. Managers have to start realizing that your best reliever can come in whenever.
I don't care who Showalter. If Showalter wasn't going to bring in Britton, fair enough. My issue isn't, and again, he should have brought in Britton. I'm not saying that. My issue was less about that he didn't use Britton than the guy he brought in to start the inning. He's not a reliever. I don't know if they've noticed. Ubaldo Jimenez is a fucking head case.
I understand that, but that's also...
He comes into a game and he's not starting, he's done.
But when you've been through so many pitches, at a certain point you gotta...
Done. He's done.
Similar to nitpicking about when you're gonna pitch Koji or not. It really is. You might not think it is, but it is.
Of all the guys to bring in, that was the worst guy to bring in.
I'm not disagreeing.
I would have rather have had him start the game.
In 03, when the Red Sox trotted out Wakefield, and Boone hit the home run. That was the worst guy to put in there. But you know what? You only had so many guys left.
And one thing I will say, and he pitched okay, not terrible. I give Tillman credit for strapping it on and pitching with a bad shoulder.
I thought he pitched pretty well.
Pitched okay. Made a couple of mistakes. In his, Bourne should have caught that one and right. In the
Toronto's killing Texas, by the way.
Yeah.
I told you Texas was a fraud team.
I'm stunned that Cole Hamels lost the first game at home. Hugh Darvish in game 2, whatever happens. I didn't think Hamels was losing the first game at home. Because unlike Pricey is a good postseason pitcher.
Oh. It is what it is. We can go to football now, I think. We can. First up is Tom Brady. Unless you want to talk about him later, but Tom Brady is the everything.
I'm looking at, honestly, like something like 42-10 Sunday.
All right. But for this game, Tom Brady stats. We're going to do projections for this game. We'll do projections for his 12-game season. We're going to see who's closest, who wins the most categories, and whoever does owes the other 10 wings. For
Fine.
each.
Fair
For this game and for the season.
Write down the
So
date.
two-
Write down the dates we can reference.
Two 10-win wing bets. Okay, so how many yards are you going to throw for?
Wait, no. One bet. 10 wings.
Well, no, because there's a this game bet and there's also a season bet.
No, I don't want to do a game bet.
Maybe just a season.
Yeah.
Fine. What's he going to have this game, and then we'll go for the season bet.
Okay.
How many yards?
All his numbers for Sunday?
Yes.
He's going to go 27 of 33
27 to 33. Okay.
for 326 yards,
Okay.
4 touchdowns.
Okay.
He's going to throw a pick. He's rusty. He hasn't played in 8 months.
Okay. I think he's going to go 31 or 44. Throw it a little bit more than you think he is. Okay. Also not going to be as accurate, but he's going to be pretty accurate. 356 yards. I'm also going with 4 TDs. I don't think he's going to throw a pick. I think a rusty Tom Brady doesn't matter. No pick for Brady. No pick. Now,
All right, now we're doing the whole season, which is 12 games.
so the 12-game season.
We're not going to do like 400 something completion. We're just going to do like completion.
No, do completion percentage.
All right,
Okay. We'll do completion percentage, yardage,
touchdowns,
TDs,
picks.
picks.
Just those 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what else did you want to do?
No,
We could do like rushing touchdowns. Yeah.
3
3
QB
Three QB sneak
QB
touchdowns.
sneaks. All right, completion percentage. He's going to complete
Only do one, so just do the completion percentage.
63%.
63, just anything, or 63 even?
63.
Okay, we'll have to round off.
So if he throws 62.8, it'll round off to 63.
Yeah,
We'll
I'm
do
gonna
it
go
like that.
63 and a half because I was gonna go 63, but we have to be at least a 0.5% difference. Makes
Fine,
sense.
63.2.
No. You have to use either 0.0
0 or 5? Oh, all right. I see.
Yeah,
what you're
63 and a half.
Okay.
Even, I'm 63.2.
All right, fine.
Yardage, I think he's going to throw 3,700 yards.
Give me a second.
I'll take your time. And for this one, you could do just like 50. It'll either be like, do either 100 or a 50 at the end.
35.50.
35-50. So we'll see who's closer. How many touchdowns is he going to throw?
48 for a game. No, I'm kidding. He's going to throw 31 and a half touchdowns.
Well, that's a full number for touchdowns.
You want to do? Okay,
So 31 touchdowns?
sure.
I think he's going to throw 38 touchdowns.
12 games.
Dude, I know, that sounds crazy, but that's more than 3 a game. I think he's going to beast it. I really do. And for INTs, I think he's going to throw 8 INTs.
I think he's going to throw 5.
5. All right. Now this is a bet. So it's a 10-wing bet. Since we only have 4 things here.
Was this Ray's idea?
Oh, my
Or
idea.
Tyler's idea? Someone said like you guys haven't had a wing bet in a while.
I said
forget
it.
who it was.
I said we have it in a wing bet.
No, but someone else other than us. I forget who it
Oh,
was.
I don't know.
Probably
I
Tyler.
said it. And they were making fun of me, so I told them that they both are going to owe me. Because Tyler's going to owe us for the Eli bet.
Well, he owes you and I for the Eli bet. I wasn't in on the Kaepernick bet.
No, it's
I don't
me and
think
Uncle Ray and Tyler. I owe them both 10 beers, 5 beers, and I think it's 5 beers each. It might be 10 beers each and 50 wings, I think.
You should just pay them now. Unless you think like Cap's
Hey,
going to
Cap's coming back, dude. Blaine Gabbett's going to be the backup. Because there's 4 things here, so we could theoretically tie.
Yeah.
Win-loss record.
When Tyler comes up here and
Win-loss record.
oh, we're doing win-loss too. When Tyler comes up here for Christmas, he should just give us our wings now. Eli's getting the Hall of Fame. He's in. Could
Seriously.
retire tomorrow.
But I think he said 200 each or something. So give him a certain amount.
Oh yeah, I can't do that in one sitting.
So, win-loss record.
With Brady, I think they're gonna go 10-2.
10-2.
I think they're gonna finish 13-3. They're gonna split Denver. For the record, they're gonna split Denver, Pittsburgh. They're gonna win one, lose one of those 2 games, and they'll probably drop one to the Jets.
Honestly, I agree with you, but I'm going to have to go 9-3 because you already picked 10-2. It's a tiebreaker. I can't pick the same thing.
Why don't you pick 11-1?
I don't think they're going to go with that.
Show some balls. Boomer Esiason thinks they're winning every game the rest of the year. He thinks they're going 15-1.
Fuck it, 11-1. Talk me into it.
I hope I lose.
I do too, no offense. But that's the tiebreaker, by the way. That's only if we're tied on the other things.
That's fine.
Okay? That's pretty good. I mean, I think you could have numbers similar to that.
Watch them completely blow away all of it. Like 43 touchdowns, 4,800 yards in 12 games.
We'll get awesome completion, and I'll win because I think he's even. I think he's going to be better than you do, other than the picks.
Well, we're doing Price is Right rules, right?
No, it's
Or
just close.
closest. All right.
So like we'll have to do like anything.
All right. So if he throws for
63.25.
3,600 yards, if he throws for like
You win.
36, no, hold on. If he throws for like 3670, you win. We're not doing Price is Right rules. You
Right.
can go
If it's 36.25, that's the
All right.
exact even point. I'll write the even points in. 36.25 for yardage. 63.25%. I know. Touchdowns is 34.5. So if he throws 35, I win. If he throws 34, you win.
Fine.
And picks is 6.5 picks. So again, if he throws 7 picks, I win. If he throws 6 picks, you win. So we'll see.
I don't think he's throwing more than 5 in 12 games.
I think he's going to be a beast.
One's going to be Sunday because he's going to look at. I know it's the Browns. Patriots going to win easily. I'm not saying that.
They should win.
They'll win, and they're going to win easily.
I think they're going to win. And I don't.
Again, like a 42-17 type win probably, because Cleveland is abysmal. They're the worst team in football.
They're one of them.
They're the worst team in football. They are horrifically bad. They're not good. They're good at one position, and that's Joe Thomas. That's it.
You got to feel bad for Joe Thomas.
And maybe like Terrell Pryor.
Terrell Pryor's actually been
But that's it.
phenomenal considering.
But that's it. I think they're going to roll Sunday. I think Gronk is going to look like Gronk again.
Already?
I think some of it is the hamstring, but I think some of it is you just had like Jacoby Brissett.
Well, I'm getting a little worried because Gronk's questionable again, obviously. Edelman's questionable now.
With the
Blunt's
foot.
questionable. Kind of stuff. I think they're all going to play because they're going to be geeked out of their minds that Tom's back, honestly.
Gotta feel bad for like Brissett and Garoppolo that all like everyone's been high fiving for like 3 days. Like, oh, Tom's back.
No, I don't fucking feel bad. Fuck that, dude. This is Tom Brady. We'll get into it. Brady, okay? We love Tom Brady. I have a little, again, we'll go back to this. I have a thing this is Jimmy G, pussy / Fugazi. Now, why is that? Because he couldn't play with an AC joint when Brissett could play with a thumb that needed surgery. You could tell Brissett was throwing and it wasn't coming out right.
Well, here's the
Because he normally
problem.
throws lasers, and they were like almost Peyton Ducks.
Here's the problem I have. Jimmy G is not a Fugazi. That's
He
not.
is.
Hold on.
That's a Fugazi. How do you know it's a Fugazi? You looked at it for 2 seconds. It's a fake. Yeah, I know what a Fugazi is.
Apparently, Fugazi is Jimmy Garoppolo.
It is.
So,
He's a fake. I want him traded.
Look, I'm gonna
Today.
look at. I'm not looking up that clip too, but all right. I'm gonna agree with you. 2 weeks. I almost feel like
1 week and a quarter, and he had one great quarter and a half. And Arizona's not that
no.
good.
I meant 2 weeks after the injury.
Okay.
To recuperate. That's where I was going with that. But I do have to say, their game plan on Sunday looked almost as like they anticipated that Garoppolo was going to be able to go. He told them that day he couldn't go, and they just kind of scrambled to come up
Now
with a
listen,
game plan.
I've been hearing some craziness all around. Some people have said it was him that didn't want to go. Some people said the doctor said he couldn't go, which I don't know if that's true because the Patriots might have leaked that. I don't really think Bill likes him, to be honest. I've been telling you that. Some people said because Bill went out of his way.
I don't think
Bill has gone out of his way to praise Brissett, and he never does that with Garoppolo, ever. That he's never done it.
I don't think Brissett's the answer either. I really don't.
Listen, Brissett's a rookie that needs thumb surgery. Give the kid a break. All right? He's not a Fugazi. You don't know what Brissett is yet. It's too early.
He's a read option quarterback.
You don't know that. You don't. I don't think he is. I think he's going to be a good quarterback in the future. You got to give him some time. He's more likely to be the heir than Jimmy G is.
He's a right-handed black Tim Tebow.
No. No, better than Tebow. Come on. Tim Tebow, home run in his first at-bat, by the way. It was first pitch.
Red Sox should sign him.
Nah. Orioles should sign him. Home run, strikeout. Home run, strikeout. Jimmy G needs to go. He does. Maybe, some people theorize, maybe Belichick held him out because he didn't want anyone to see how, like, any of his weaknesses.
Damage his trade value.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I agree with that. I believe Belichick would do that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you want a franchise quarterback, do you want a guy who's going to puss out when it's on the line, or do you want a guy who's going to play hurt? That's the other side of the coin. So why wouldn't Garoppolo do everything he could to get on the field? And there have been whispers that the Patriots have been saying, basically, like, well, I mean, Tom played with a few of these, Jimmy. You know, Brady finished the season with the same injury in 2002.
They said it wasn't the same, though. I heard Brady had grade 1, and his was a grade 2. It does make it a difference.
Look, I'm not questioning that Garoppolo was hurt. Okay, I've never had that injury. I've had pretty much every injury, sports injury under the sun. I've never had that one. So I can't claim anything about a
AC joint injury. I've never had it.
I did play.
I've had a shoulder injury.
I did play with a ripped up elbow.
That's completely different. I did play. By the way, I played my video games with a hurt thumb, so I'm like Jacoby Brissett.
I had carpal tunnel. It was terrible.
And I kept jerking off. All right, that's not what we're talking about here. Seriously, though, we've got to trade Jimmy G. Tom Brady's back. I'm telling you right now. Tom Brady, like I told you the day they drafted Jimmy G, will be making Pro Bowls after this bums off our roster. Okay? Brady might make a Pro Bowl this year. Who knows, because he got suspended.
He's not going to make it.
Why?
This is going to take him out of, like, Pro Bowl and MVP and, like, all that nonsense. Unless he does...
Which is funny, because MVP right now, if Brady had been playing, he'd be the MVP right now.
You know what? Well, Cam Newton sucks, as I told everybody.
Well, Matt Ryan's currently the MVP, probably. Maybe Julio Jones.
Julio Jones.
Huh.
They're never going to give it to a receiver over the quarterback, though.
I know, but I think the reason I want to say Julio Jones is I think Matt Ryan is made by Julio Jones.
Do they have a snowball's chance in hell to knock off Denver Sunday?
Oh, yeah. They're going to beat Denver on Sunday.
You think they're going to beat them?
Mark it on your calendar. The ATL is beating Denver on Sunday. Chris Woods, I hate to tell you that, bud. They're beating Denver on Sunday. They are. Mark it down. ATL is beating Denver. For the win. Okay? We got it written here.
The Dirty Birds?
Dirty Birds. But seriously, though, Tom Brady's back. You got Brady for 2016? Probably 2017? 2018? We'll see how he looks in 2019.
Until Goodell suspends him again. But I was relishing the ultimate middle finger of going 4-0 without him.
3-1's good.
3-1, I'll take it. I sign off on that. But
are you not happy about this? Everyone else is happy about this?
I'm happy about it.
Let's not be greedy here.
I'm content. I was greedy as fuck.
Oh,
I was greedy.
It's cool if Brady, because now if Brady wins out, we're 15-1. I'm cool with that. We haven't had that record yet. It's the only one we haven't had. You know what I mean?
4 of the games don't get attributed to him though.
I get that.
So technically, it's not his season. But I do.
You know what's gonna really suck? What's gonna really suck?
I was gonna be happy with 2-2. The 3-1, I should be.
No, what's gonna really suck is if they go undefeated the rest of the way, win the Super Bowl, and people are gonna be like, "That suspension cost us a fucking perfect season."
I won't care. Would you?
Listen. Well, I tell you, I'm over the 2007 Super Bowl because I am, and I've watched it again. I know you haven't, and we won a Super Bowl, so there's redemption. And we have lost a Super Bowl, a second Super Bowl, and won a Super Bowl since then. We've been to AFC Championship games like every year.
I've heard people say that the second one of the Giants was more painful than the first one.
No, that's ridiculous.
No way.
That second one, I didn't even think that team was good enough to win the Super Bowl. Neither team. Actually, neither of those teams should have even been in the Super Bowl. That was actually the worst Patriots team since 2010. 2010 was better than that. 2012 was better than that. 2013 was borderline better than that, but they were injured like crazy. 2014 was a better team. 2015 was a better team. 2016 is a better team. The 2011 team was horseshit.
Actually, their defense has been very disappointing for me so far. They've been terrible on third down. Terrible on third down. Awful on third down.
Too early.
Awful.
And it's hard when you don't have a quarterback that's running an efficient offense. Does that not change things? They blanked a team, Scotty, in today's NFL.
They were getting
a team that's now 3-1.
They were getting carved up by Tyrod Taylor, bro.
They let up 16 points.
One thing I will say,
I almost said runs because we're watching baseball.
they'll blow out Buffalo in a few weeks.
I
They're
think
gonna
so.
Yeah.
They're probably going to destroy him. Bill's going to be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
They come out there and fucking kill.
Oh, they're gonna run up the score that day. But what the hell was I just talking about? Got me so aggravated.
You got me so aggravated.
I can't think of it.
Got more power, more acceleration.
I did lose my train of thought.
Oh,
I'll come
poor
back.
Scotty lost his train of
I'll
thought.
come back to it.
You even have a train of thought? You have a little choo-choo that goes choo-choo.
I got a caboose of thought.
Seriously.
Too much 7-Up.
Tom Brady's going to be playing forever. Forever. I mean, so is Drew Brees, apparently. He still looks decent.
He plays in the dome.
I get that.
He can play till he's 50.
He might be able to
The
play.
thing is, they protect the quarterback so much in this league, they can all play till they're 50.
It's going to be weird whenever
all of Manning's records are going to be broken 12 times over.
Oh, easily. Then they're going to be... Again, Matthew Stafford's on pace for like a 100,000-yard career. Like,
And Matthew Stafford's like a good quarterback.
he's not that good, yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's
Well,
good.
that's my point. He's like not that good. He's like pretty good. He's not great.
He's a good quarterback, and Megatron made him pretty good.
Oh, Megatron made him fantastic.
I wouldn't even say
Megatron should come back, though.
Detroit still has his rights.
I know. But he should say, please trade me. And then
They won't do it.
They should.
Garoppolo for Calvin Johnson, straight up. Do you do it?
Of course. Are you kidding me? It's an easy one.
Even though Detroit doesn't need a quarterback. So
I don't
that
care.
Would never happen.
I mean, we've talked about it.
Is there anyone
Realistically,
in the-
there's only 3 places he could go.
Is there anyone in the Bears you'd want leading into that?
No.
No.
I would have wanted Forte before, but not anymore. Because he's already traded. He's already somewhere else, obviously. I mean, Alshon Jeffrey? They're going to trade Alshon Jeffrey for Jimmy Garoppolo?
Oh, by the way, I think we commented last week. Clearly, this is because of my boycott that the NFL ratings are so low. NFL ratings are the lowest in decades,
They've oversaturated the market.
which Mark Cuban said they were going to do.
Yeah, it's true. There's only one place you can go from the top. That's down. It's that simple.
Yeah, but going down is understandable, but having the lowest ratings since, like, the late 80s, really?
Plus, you don't know if that counts a bunch of different things like online streaming and fake Russian websites and TV or whatever. People are doing all types of stuff now. They're not just watching cable.
Okay, so it
No,
can't...
everyone just watches cable anymore.
So it's not just me who just says, like, this league's run by corrupt
No, there are
idiots.
people that do that.
Fuck this league.
Yeah, there's people that do that. There's people that are upset about the concussions. There's people for a lot of different reasons that don't watch the league anymore. A lot of people think the Brady stuff's ridiculous. A lot of people are just sick of watching. A lot of people are sick of wasting their whole weekend on football.
We have a commissioner who's more concerned about the color cleats that Antonio Brown is wearing than concussions.
Right.
That's a fucking problem.
I am one of the
That
biggest
is a
football fans you
problem.
have ever met. I watch football all the time since I was a little kid. Want to play football, watch football. Football's just an awesome sport. Right now, I'm meh about football.
I'd watch...
That would be like if you were meh about baseball.
I don't think that'll ever happen.
Well, what if you had a corrupt commissioner that went after the Orioles
They don't.
repeatedly?
They don't.
understand?
He would have no reason to go after the Orioles.
Go after Angelos repeatedly. You're like, good, get him out of there.
That'd be awesome.
Suspend Angelos for 5 years.
You know what the other... he'll be dead in 5
Can you
years.
suspend an owner?
You're suspended. You're banned for life, which is just 5 years.
He's like, you suspended me. Now I have no money to spend on the team.
All I was reading in his articles of the Baltimore Sun is like Angelos is total like whitewash, by the way. Oh, Angelos is 87 years old. He really wants to win a World Series. It means a lot to him, and this and that. Let me tell you something.
No, it doesn't.
I'm gonna tell you something right now.
If it did, he would have spent money.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. In 2011, Andy McPhail was out as GM. Who did they hire?
Duquette.
Why?
Because he's cheap.
Bingo.
But I like Duquette.
He's average. Okay.
I think he's better than average. That's just me.
All right. Do you know who else was available that winter?
Probably everybody.
Do you know who was available?
No.
Who's the best baseball mind, arguably, in the game
Theo.
today? If Angelos really cared
He
about
was
winning,
available.
if Angelos really cared about winning, you know what he would have done? Because Theo was on record. He kind of wanted to stay on the East Coast because it's close to home and all that.
You think Theo would have went to Baltimore
Listen to
with
me.
the Cubs?
Listen to me.
Seriously. You
Listen to me.
think that?
Listen to me.
I'm listening.
Peter Angelos, he's a billionaire. Blank check. You run everything. You would have done it. You can clean house on all the scouts in the front office. Theo would have brought in Jed Hoyer and all his own guys. And the Cubs today, that would be the Orioles if you really cared about winning. Because in 2011, the Orioles had more talent than the Chicago Cubs. He would have had more to work with.
Well, part of that was he had a farm system already developing with a lot of picks.
The Cubs farm system was as bad, if not worse, than the Orioles 5 years ago.
Yeah, but he had all these picks that he was going to be able to make. He knew that.
The Orioles were a top 3 pick every year. They were terrible. So, I don't want to see any crocodile tears for Peter Angelos. Because if he cared about winning, he would have given Theo Epstein a blank check. Theo would have come to Baltimore, and they'd be building a dynasty like the Cubs are doing.
Cubs haven't won a World Series yet. They're not building a dynasty. We have these talks all the time. Like San Francisco, 49ers. They were building a dynasty. Guess what? They never won shit.
They're going to win a
You
World
and I
Series.
both thought they would win a World Series. No.
50 wings.
Super Bowl.
50 wings. Next 5 years, they'll win at least one
I ain't
World
fucking betting
Series.
50 wins. It's just dumb. They can win a World Series today. Well, not today, but
This month.
this year. Today. They could win this month.
Mhm.
They're that good. They're the best team in baseball.
They should
They
win the World
should
Series.
win the World Series this year.
Actually,
I'm not betting that the next 5 years they're not going to win. That's a fool's bet.
It's tied right now.
Score.
By the way, this is the one game the Cubs didn't want to see.
San Francisco?
In my
One
opinion.
team?
I said that last week. That's the one team they didn't want to play.
San Francisco got balls, man. They got people that have been there. They got performers. They don't have the Panda anymore, though.
I don't want to go into a series facing Madison Bumgarner, Johnny Cueto, and Matt Moore. Okay?
I wanted Cueto on our team.
I still would have opted for...
If you gave me Price and Cueto, though, Price and Cueto with Porcello, you'd be looking so much more formidable.
the Dodgers won. God damn it.
It is what it is.
At least the Mets lost. So, my 3 most hated teams in baseball, the Braves, they were terrible. Sorry, Woody. The Mets, they lost Wednesday night. Now if I can get the Dodgers out, I'm good. Golden for another year.
You know, Cristiano Ronaldo had a 4-goal game today. I just thought I'd put that in there. Thought I'd let you know Portugal won 6-0.
Anyways.
It's important. It's World Cup qualifiers.
So, I've been watching a little Celtic preseason.
You're really torturing yourself with the Celtics.
You know,
Preseason.
I was watching a couple of games.
All right, so tell me how Dr. Brick Brown's doing.
Surprisingly, he hasn't been too bad.
How's Kelly?
He's not playing. It's awesome. Hope he never plays again.
Hope I never see that guy in the Celtics again.
Horford looks pretty good. Now, I haven't backed off of my statement that the Celtics are probably going to win like 54 games, finish second or third in the East.
Did we pick
Probably
an
went
amount they were
around.
going to win already?
No, we haven't done it yet. We can do it closer to the regular season.
All right.
But one thing, the Celtic team, they're going to be an excellent defensive team.
Should.
I can tell just by watching right now. They get in the passing lanes. They move. They fly around.
They
They're
got
going to be
enough plus defenders and young guys.
No,
they
they're
got a
going to
good
be
coach.
defensively. They're going to be excellent. Now, they still
Where's their offense coming from, though?
same as last year in transition. Horford's going to help them space the floor, but they still don't have enough scorers. They still don't have enough shooters.
Oh, close to enough scores. And the issue is, they're going to be that team that is good in the regular season but can't perform in the playoffs. They're not a playoff-built team.
No.
They're a team that's built to be mediocre. They're a team that your brother hates. They're built to be mediocre to make the playoffs and lose. Again, they're actually stuck in the shittiest position you can be in basketball. The one position you don't want to be in the association. Okay? It's horrible. You're like, look at us. We can be a 4 seed every year. Make it to the first, second round. Maybe even make it Eastern Conference Finals once.
Normally, I would agree.
You're just gonna lose.
Normally, I would agree and say you're 100% right. The one thing that the Celtics have those other teams don't have is
There's a Brooklyn pick.
they got 2 more picks the next 2 years.
Listen, if they had gotten Durant,
They have a Memphis pick.
if they had gotten Durant,
They have a Memphis pick probably
they have a lot of picks. They have
4
like
years
14
down the
picks
road.
left.
That's going to be unprotected.
But they're all going to be protected or turn into second rounders or
The Memphis, I think, after
blown
4
pick
years
because
is
it's
no
Danny
longer
Ainge. It's
protected.
Danny Ainge. Look, I'd rather have Belichick draft for him. We can have Claude coaching every other sport, and Danny.
I tell you what, I give Danny credit for one thing. I think Jalen Brown's going to be better than Dragan Bender. I watched him a little bit. Dude's fucking awful. It's too early. He's like another Olenek. He's like an Olenek, only not as good.
It's too early. It's like a worse jump manager than John Farrell. No.
He's like John Farrell, only not as good.
It's too early, man.
I think even John Farrell would have used Britain the other night. God.
I don't know that he would have. I think they would have asked him, and John Farrell would have been like, "What? Who's that? Huh? Hold on. Let me talk to my bench coach. Oh, we have a great reliever. He's a closer.
Yeah, but we got to save him for. We
got possible Cy Young, best in the league.
Yeah, but we got to save him.
Got to save him for the next game.
Start game 1 against Texas. Yeah. He's a closer, John. You can't stretch him out in like 5 days.
I'm gonna do a double switch. First of all, you're not in the series. You lost. Second of all.
By the way, I texted you. Did you see that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you did.
Which text?
Hold on. I'm gonna find it for you right now.
What was it?
I'll bring it up for you.
Because listen, I don't know what you're gonna say to me, but I do know this.
Here. So Chris is reading it, just so you know. Because we were talking about the other day. We were talking about the other day that Farrell botched a double switch in Game 3 against St. Louis in the World Series 3 years ago, but I couldn't remember with the circumstances. So what I did was I went on YouTube and I rewatched the last couple innings of that third game. And what he did...
That's what it was, yep.
So
I couldn't remember what it was, but...
Farrell let Brandon Workman hit in the top of the 9th instead of double switching in the middle of the 8th. The circumstances were Saltalamacchia ended the top of the 8th. He was batting 7th in the order. What he should have done was remove Salty from the lineup, inserted Workman to pitch the 8th, and hit him 7th in the order. So that means that he's 9 spots away.
Yep.
Then he could have substituted Ross at catcher and batted him 9th in the pitcher spot, which he would have been up 2nd in the top of the 9th.
Yep.
But instead, he just let Workman hit in the 9th, and he struck out on 3 pitches.
It's John Farrell.
Awful.
Well, I didn't know I couldn't do that.
And we were saying that at the time, at Sidelines.
Yeah, we were.
I was clamoring for it. I go...
Every loss they had in that series was because of John Farrell.
And Saltalamacchia. It was like a tag team. It's like Road Dogg Jesse James. It was like the Legion of Doom. Like Hawk and Animal. Like they was a tag team. They both contributed to both losses.
Yeah. They were. It's like they was trying to sabotage the World Series. The two of them. I know what I'll do. I'll be a horrible catcher. Well, I just won't manage. Great. Somehow they still won. I mean, that team was really talented.
Red Sox get swept on... I think they're going to win Sunday, but if they get swept Sunday, does John Farrell keep his job?
I'd fire John Farrell regardless. Can't ask me.
What do you think?
I think they're keeping him no matter what now, and I'm
Really?
pissed about it. I honestly am. Because if they get swept, they should fire him, because this team should be... Listen, I'm not going to say this team should win the World Series because the Cubs are the best team in baseball.
They should at least go.
This team should be in the ALCS minimum, and they should probably be making the World Series because
Would you be
the
saying...
AL is weak. I have a question. Is the AL weak?
It is, but would you be saying that if Cleveland's rotation was healthy?
No, that's
Okay.
different.
All right. I'm
If
just making
Cleveland's
sure.
rotation was
I
healthy.
just want to make sure the homer
Cleveland's-
meter wasn't
no.
off the grid.
Homer meter, the Red Sox should be the best team in the AL. They are the best team in the AL statistically, and they should have won 100 games.
No. They got the best lineup in the American League. That doesn't make
The
them the
pitching
best
staff
team.
isn't that bad.
Doesn't make them the best team.
They have the guy that should be the Cy Young. They have a couple other guys that have been decent for pitching, and they have a mediocre to good bullpen when it's on. The problem is they've had a lot of injuries.
I've been telling you since April this team can't win the World Series because of Farrell and the pitching. I've been telling you this.
I've been telling you since before April that this team needs to fire Farrell because they can't win shit with him.
Well, even though they did. They won with them.
But I also told you this. The lineup was going to be stacked, and if they just got two aces, they'd have a chance at the World Series.
And they didn't get one.
They got an ace that's no longer an ace, and they just home grew another one. I mean...
Home grew, they traded for him.
No, but I mean, like, he developed it under Boston. I mean, I know... Oh, Scotty just did the bird, don't you worry. I see someone trotting around.
I wasn't home all week.
If the Cubbies don't win this year, though, you gotta feel like they might never win.
They'll win once in the next 5 years. They got too much talent.
They got a lot of talent. The Red Sox have a lot of talent, though. All the Red Sox are gonna do is pick up one more pitcher.
And a manager.
Well, yeah, that's a given. But they're gonna probably get Encarnacion. You know they're gonna go after him. He wants to play here anyways.
I think the Orioles are gonna get him.
Pick up one more pitcher. And then what do the Red Sox need after that?
Manager.
Well, yes, we've been over this. They need to fire John Farrell regardless. Even if they win the World Series, I'd be like, you gotta fire John Farrell. Like, you lost 2 games in the World Series? He's the reason.
If they win 11 in a row, starting Sunday, and they win the World Series, and Farrell manages 11 good games without any hiccup.
11 good games. Like, pristine.
Pristine. Would you still say fire him? Would you be
No,
like,
keep him.
Give him another year.
Then I'd be off the Lou Maloney train. But right now, I'm like Lou Maloney, and I'm like, sorry, this is like all John Farrell.
Yeah, but even Maloney said like he can't even play Farrell for these 2 games.
Well, you really can't.
The players haven't done anything.
But
Nothing.
part of this is, let me explain this to you, and we talk
You
about this
already
and you don't
explained
believe
it.
it. No.
You already explained it.
Home field matters.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter. The Indians score 1.5 more runs at home than away. The Red Sox score more than 1 run more at home than away. That's a swing of more than 2.5 runs, depending on where you're playing.
How many
I have
runs?
a question for you. How many runs did the Red Sox lose by the first game?
1.
Okay, so you swing that game 2.5 runs. What's the series at right now?
It's 1-1.
Okay,
Now let me
then
ask-
you're fine.
Let me ask you something.
If you're 1-1 with home field, you're fine.
How many runs did the Red Sox score in Game 1?
4,
What's Porcello's ERA?
3.
Did he give up a home run to the 9th hitter, which never should have happened?
Yes. How does Porcello pitch at home?
If Porcello
Those balls don't even go out in Fenway.
if Porcello pitched
Number 1, the ball wasn't going to travel like it was. Number 2, Fenway's deeper at that part of the park than it is in Cleveland. It's like 360 all around
if
Cleveland.
Porcello pitched the way he was capable, they win. It's that simple.
I understand that. Those are fly balls in Fenway, though. Those are fly balls can't go on. I'm watching Mookie Betts.
He also got pulled in the 5th. What if we don't know what would have happened if the game was here? We don't.
I can tell you one thing.
We
2
don't-
of those home runs wouldn't have gone out. They would have won the game. That's what would have happened.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree. I still don't think it matters.
I think home.
Still don't think it matters.
I think it
what
matters.
What if they were the Yankees and their right field is 300 feet down the right field line? You wouldn't still be saying that? You're making it on park dimensions right now.
Well, it's park dimensions, and it's the fact that one team plays really good at home, the other team plays really good at home. Neither one of them play phenomenal on the road. They're both way better at home than the road.
The Red Sox were over 500.
They were a
on the
good
road.
team on the road, but they're way better at home, and their offense is way better at home.
Let's look at hold on.
And some of their pitchers, specifically the one that you're starting in Game 1, is massively better at home. Look at Porcello's home-away splits, please. Do me a favor.
Yeah, I know. 3 of his 4 losses were on the road.
Okay. He doesn't pitch well on the road, comparatively. The offense doesn't hit as well on the road, comparatively. This is why home field mattered.
All right, Cleveland is 2 games over 500 on the road. The Red Sox are 9 over. Wow, 9 over.
Actually, they were
500?
almost the exact same. How's Cleveland at home, though?
53 and 28.
That matters, Scotty. That matters. It matters when
All the Indians did these first 2 games was hold serve. That's all they did.
I understand that, but I'm pretty sure the Indians score 5.5 runs a game at home and 4 on the road. The Red Sox score over 6 a game at home and just about 5 on the road. Just about 5. Okay?
Well, you win the next 2 games, you're gonna have Porcello rested and ready for Game 5.
Yeah, I don't think I pitched Porcello in the 4th game. I told you that. If you need him,
The only thing that would keep me from doing that is
there is no Game 5 if you do not win Game 4.
that I'd be terrified of starting Price in Game 5.
I told you skip. Then you put a year out in Game 5.
I would be absolutely terrified.
Okay,
if
so you
I'm
skip him.
Farrell.
You skip him.
You can't.
Why?
You can't.
It's contractually obligated to pitch him after Porcello. Is that how that works? No.
$31 million a year. You're not going to start him in Game 5. You're going to do what Gibbons did like a year ago.
I'm gonna go. Okay. John Farrell doesn't do this season.
And I don't think Rodriguez is a better option, by the way.
If Buck than Price
I really don't.
right now.
He's probably better just because it's a playoff game, but like overall,
That's my point. You think Rodriguez is like an automatic 6 ERA? Because that's like what Price is right now, like minimum 6 ERA in the playoffs.
I love, by the way, for those who's listening, I love how Chris was like, "Oh, you're making too big out of a deal of Price's postseason failures. It's really not that big a deal, Scotty. I've been saying it for a year, and now finally, this is the leg he's standing on. Like, he's terrible in the playoffs. You can't sign him.
I never said don't sign him. You signed him on Fabio.
Don't start him. Is what you
Well,
said.
at this point, I can't. He's shell shocked. I'm shell shocked for him. He was horrible today. He was horrible. And at some point, I got to stop saying and be realistic. It's not a small sample size anymore. It's just you suck in the playoffs.
What? So 0-7 wasn't big enough.
I'm agreeing
sample size?
with you. Well, he was 2-7 because he won those 2 games out of relief. Can't forget that.
Right, those don't count.
Les is a beast, by the way.
Why can't the Red Sox get pitchers like that?
Yeah, Lester and Lackey.
By the way, they win this. Let's say they... Hold on. I think John Lester is going to win the NL Cy Young.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Hear me out here.
I'm listening to you. He should win it.
He's got 2 rings already.
Yeah, he'll have a 3rd ring.
He's 6-6 in the playoffs, but that's a little deceiving. He pitched well in a couple of those games.
Incredible in the World Series.
3-0 in the World Series with an ERA under 1.
Yeah, it's like .7 something or 6
Right.
something. What do you let up 1 run and
We went to the game 3 years ago in Game 1. He was unhittable. Couldn't touch him. He gets a Cy Young this year. He wins another ring.
let's say it's like 1 run in 15 innings.
Let's say he's either an NLCS MVP or a World Series MVP.
Okay.
And he wins 200-plus ball games.
Well, he has to win 200 plus ball
Hall of
games.
Fame?
Yeah. Hall of Fame if he wins 200 plus ball games.
What's he got right now?
I
130
think
or something?
just a little bit over 100, yeah.
No, I think it's 130
It's like
or so.
120 something, I think. We'll check it out.
Yeah, check out his numbers.
We will check it out. For a while.
Well, 146 and 84. He's
Wow,
going to get
that's
there.
more than I thought.
He's going to get there.
He's a good chance to be a Hall of Famer then. As shocking as that sounds.
What's his career ERA? Under
3.44.
3.5. Under 3.5.
It's still not incredible for Hall of Fame.
Still pretty good.
A lot of them are around 3. You know what I mean? That's a big deal, 0.4 to an ERA. Lots of strikeouts. Decent whip, not great. 1.23.
Solid whip.
Yeah, 146 and 84. That's huge. I remember for the longest time when he started, he was like the best Red Sox winning percentage player, starting pitcher for coming up. It was incredible for a long, long time.
I'm still mad about that. That Lucchino lowballed him after the 13
The
team.
thing is, they could have probably had him for 100 million, but they had to offer him 80. If you offered him 5 years,
The rumor
you offered him
was,
5 years, 100 million. They offered 5 years, 80.
the rumor was at the time he told the Red Sox, I like being here.
I'll take a discount.
He said if you give me. He wasn't asking for anything outlandish. He says if you, like you said,
It was like 100 million.
If you give me 5 and 100, I'm yours. I'll stay for another 5.
And they
They
said
lowballed him and said 80.
5 and 80.
And I don't blame Lester for saying, F you.
Go fuck yourself. Exactly.
He had
That
a
was
great
the same thing.
postseason. Just coming off a great postseason. If David Ortiz wasn't inhuman in the World Series, guess what? He's World Series MVP.
Lester starting his career 7-2, 4-0, 16-6, 15-8, 19-9, 15-9 through 2011. pretty damn
2012.
good.
2012, everyone sucked.
2012 was as bad, yeah. 9-14 with a 4.82 ERA. That's his really bad outlier season. Other than when he started, you know what I mean? When he first developed in the majors.
Last year, he was 11-12, but look at his ERA. Still not bad.
No, 3.34. But this year, 2.44. He was great.
And that jumped.
He was great in
around
2014.
He was around 2.2 when he laid an egg in Cincinnati.
He was great in 2014.
Still never won hasn't won 20 games. He had a chance to win it in Cincinnati last week.
It's hard to win 20 games, dude.
It is hard to win 20 games.
And it doesn't mean as much as it used to. It's like saying throwing for 4,000 yards. It's not the same milestone it once was.
See, I think it's a bigger deal now to win 20 games.
It's a big deal that it's harder, but it's not like a thing wins don't matter.
But they baby these pitchers now. That's what
That's my wins don't matter though. That's my point. Is you can be a great pitcher and not have as many wins, but actually be a better pitcher than someone with more wins than you. Wins don't mean everything.
Look at Felix Hernandez. He won a Cy Young with
12 wins.
12 wins or something.
Yeah, it was 12. I think it was 12 and 9.
His ERA was ridiculous, but he was on a bad team.
He was on the worst team in baseball.
Yeah, I still don't know. He's wasted his career in Seattle.
Hey, that is what it is.
But
what do you want him to say? You got to trade me?
there are 3 things in baseball that are never going to be done again. Right? No one's
hitting 400.
No one's going to hit 400 again. It's too hard.
Pitches are too good.
Not with the relievers.
Relievers, closers.
Never going to
too good.
Never going to be
Shifts.
done again. Never going to be done again. No one's ever going to hit in 56 plus straight games. Never. No one's going to do it.
That one I think is more likely than 400, as odd as it sounds.
I think 400 is more likely.
I doubt. No.
If you had like a generational hitter, like if you had someone I thought
We've seen generational hitters, and they hit like 370.
Two guys who I always, three guys I always thought had a chance to do it.
You say Tony Gwynn, Kirby Puckett.
No, Tony Gwynn, Nomar.
Nomar had a chance.
And Ichiro. Those three guys.
Well, to be honest, Cabrera has been the one that had a great chance a couple times.
Yeah,
he has though.
I don't know if he would ever like coming around close to 400. I think the closest since Williams did it was George Brett hit 390 one year. I think it was 1980. Oh no, Tony Gwynn in '94 was hitting 394 when the strike hit.
Tony Gwynn was the best hitter
I ever saw. But go. We're looking up Miguel Cabrera's numbers now. This guy's got 4 batting titles, but yeah, he never hit higher than 348.
But there was times like after the All-Star break, he was hitting 370, and people were talking about it. It's hard, man.
Nomar, I think it was 2000.
Hit 372.
He hit 372, but he was over 400 at the All-Star break.
Well, they said he.
Hold on.
I was reading. He was probably the last person to have a chance at it. He was so good with hitting the first pitch and all that stuff. Okay, they said though he had so many incredible line drives that were caught one year. The year they hit 370 something. Mm-hmm. If 40% of those line drives just were hit somewhere else, or the guys didn't make the play, he would have had hit over 400.
Nomar was cruising to the Hall of Fame before he got hurt.
Before he juiced up.
How much of that was juice?
We don't know. We don't know how good he was because of the juice. No, it's a chicken egg theory. You have no idea when someone really started. You have no idea how good somebody was before they juiced, how good they would have been after they juiced, anything like that. There's no way to know.
So we're going to July 9, 2000, which is the Red Sox last game before the All-Star break. I want to say Nomar was hitting 400 at the time. Let's bring up the stats here. He's hitting 389. But there was an extended period in that
season
where he was over. Okay, so he was 389 at the break. Let's go to late July. Might have been late July. Let's okay. Let's look at July 20th. I'm just saying this because I was at both these games.
And that
he's hitting 396 on July 20th.
That's the thing. You could realistically say that he should be a Hall of Famer.
Didn't do it long enough.
That's the base problem I have with baseball.
I know.
You could be the best player,
and
but if you just didn't do it long enough.
To finish that point, no one's going to hit 400 again. No one's going to hit in 56 plus again. No pitcher's going to win 30 games again.
30 games is impossible.
Impossible now. Danny McClain did it in 68. He was the last one who's done it.
That's never going to happen because guys don't pitch enough innings. They don't pitch four-man rotations. There's so many things that they don't. I wouldn't mind them going back. If they're going to pitch these guys like they do now, I think 4-man rotations make sense. Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion.
Well, you figure with all the relievers in today's game, it would go the other way. Not like you figure they would shorten the rotation.
That's what I mean. 4-man rotation, have an extra reliever.
But you got to even a guy like Clayton Kershaw. He was hurt this year. Like let's say Clayton Kershaw has a healthy season, he makes 32 starts, 33 starts. You basically have to be perfect to have a shot at winning 30 games.
Yeah. Not only perfect, impossible. You have to be perfect, and you have to be Roger Clemens-esque.
And lucky.
Because you have to go through the entire game.
You need luck.
But you need to pitch like complete games.
Or
have the best offense ever.
The only guy.
It's never going to happen, Scotty.
The only guy.
You're not going to see another 27-game winner, never mind 30.
The only guy that I think in the last. Since I've been watching baseball, the only guy that I thought could have done it was Pedro. He just didn't have the... If you give, 99 Pedro the 03 Red Sox lineup, maybe he does it.
Yeah, if you give 99 Pedro the 03 Red Sox lineup with the 2013 Red Sox bullpen, sure.
He might win 28.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I think he won 24 that year. 23.
There was years where he didn't win 20, and he was the best pitcher I've ever seen. He was just...
Well, in 2000, his ERA was 1.74, but his record was 18-6.
That's my point. Sucked.
I went to a game...
You understand that? I forget. They were going through, breaking down how many games were blown and how many times that he didn't win games because of bullpens. And the numbers were absurd.
I got to look up a game...
He probably should have 30, 40 more wins for his career.
I got to look up a game from... It was the 2000 season. I went with.
That's what happens when you don't pitch full games.
I went.
You don't control things.
I know it.
That's what happens in this era.
It was the 2000 season. I went with my father to see Pedro.
It's completely different though. These guys all throw
Pedro-
gas now. My dad was talking to me. Okay,
Hold on.
Listen real quick. My
Pedro
dad was
lost-
talking to me.
Go ahead.
And he was telling me he remembers when someone throwing 90 was a big deal and meant something. Back in the day when someone threw 90, 95, they were like, wow, that was incredible. That's gas.
Noah Syndergaard was throwing 99 the whole night the other night.
That's my point. Nowadays, everyone throws that. If you don't throw it, you're not in the league.
This was the
I
game.
mean, maybe a Koji or somebody like that
This was
that's
the
out of
game.
the ordinary, but
This is the game. May 6, 2000. It was a Saturday afternoon game. What was the final score of the game?
nothing to one. Or 1-0.
They lost
They
1-0.
lost.
Who's the losing pitcher?
Pedro.
All right, I want you to look at his numbers that game. I think he struck out 18, and
Yeah.
he lost the game.
Dude, I get it. I saw it. I was at some of those games with Pedro. I don't remember which ones. But.
Pedro went 9. He gave up 6 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 17 strikeouts, and he lost. What was his ERA?
1.22.
The GOAT. He was just on bad teams. Well, mediocre teams.
No. Some of them were bad. He just carried them
Yeah.
to like decent records. Like, I mean, when you have a guy that's that good, it changes your whole way of playing. That's what I mean with the defense. This is cross-sport analogy, but the defense with Tom Brady. He's now going to take this team on 15-play drives, and they're going to go down and abuse teams and score touchdowns. And then our defense is going to be rested and be like, oh, this is awesome.
It's going to take pressure off the D, like we don't have to pitch a shutout.
Right.
Definitely.
It's going to go back to, like you say, the 07 defense. They were overrated. All they had to do was pin their ears back. Yes, to some extent. But a great offense helps the defense, always. That's how it works. And vice versa.
This defense on paper is better than that 07D. And I still think they've been
This
disappointing.
defense on paper is phenomenal. It's just they haven't been phenomenal playing.
They've been disappointing.
That's the thing. On paper, this defense is phenomenal. You got Chris Long. You got Jabal Sheard. You got Ninkovich. You got Brown.
You know what? The Houston game.
You got Branch.
The Houston game, I said to myself, oh, okay, they figured it out. Now they're going to, give up.
Right.
Like,
You got Branch. You only played two linebackers, but who are they? Hightower and Collins. Both potential Pro Bowl and All-Pro players, right?
but I said after that.
Then you got Butler.
I said after that Houston game, I was like, okay, it clicked. They figured it
Yeah.
out. And then they
You got Butler. You got Logan Ryan, who looks like a dipstick right
did-
now, by the way.
did-
Looks
did-
absolutely horrible.
The defense was awful Sunday.
Right. So you get Butler and Logan Ryan should be two good cornerbacks. Then you usually play a 3 safety, which is awesome. That's how they roll like normally now. You got Chung, who plays in coverage and plays good against the run. McCourty, who's a great center fielder. And you got Harmon. On paper, your team is actually really good on defense.
Question. Gostowski have the yips?
Yes.
Big time.
I'm not sure if it's from missing the extra point. I'm not sure
Something's
if it's
going on between the years.
I'm not sure if he got injured and doesn't. We never
Do you
heard
think
about
it's
it.
between the years, or you think
It
it's
is.
an injury?
I think it's between the years. I'm not sure if it's, but I don't know if it was an injury previously. Is what I'm saying. I'm not sure if it's kickoffs where now he has to not just boot it through the end zone. He has to like aim the kickoff to go into the 5.
Yeah.
So maybe he's not used, like his leg's not used to not kicking 100%. So now he can't field goal kick. I have no idea, but he's not the same guy. It's clear. It's evident. These are field goals he should not and does not miss. I feel like a non-Patriot fan right now because the rest of the NFL for years will have a lot of kickers that it's like, oh man, is he going to make it? I hope he makes it. You know what I mean? Like even like Vanderjagt or like Tucker or anybody. Like think about all the kickers that you watch.
You think of Vanderjagt, and all I can think about is that miss against Pittsburgh.
Playoff kicks. But now, like we've had Vinatieri and we've had Gostkowski for so long that
Spoiled rotten.
you feel like, dude, it's 48 yards. It's just kick through the middle.
Spoiled rotten.
You know what I mean? You think it's automatic, just about.
I actually think Gostowski overall had a better career than Vinatieri in the regular season.
Well, I can't say overall because of the
In the
Super
regular
Bowls.
season. In the regular
And
season.
because of the length. Vinatieri's almost up there with like the highest numbers ever for kicking. He's going to get up there. He's up there with the Mortensons. He's getting up there. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Mortensons probably will too, which I don't even want to talk about. But I don't want a kicker's wing of the Hall of Fame. That's just me. But he's going to be up there.
I'm still booing him when he comes to Foxborough, and I'm there.
I'm booing him. I'm booing him. I'm booing Ray
his
Allen.
ass.
I'm booing Wade Boggs. Told you, I'm booing.
You booed Wade Boggs?
I boo Johnny Damon. And you leave, I boo. You know what I mean? Especially if you go somewhere that I don't like, I boo.
If Ray went to like the Lakers, I'd boo him.
I'm sorry. If Tom Brady just quit on the Patriots and went to the Jets, I'm booing him. Okay, and I love Tom Brady.
No, you're not.
But if he was like literally like,
I
if
could-
the Jets beat us twice this year, and he was like, you know what, I'm just sick of the Patriots. Bill Belichick sucks, and I'm going to the Jets. And then he went to the Jets. All right. And we'll even say he's chasing a ring like Ray and takes less money. Maybe he takes more money like Johnny Damon. Maybe he has to shave his beard and do exactly what they want for the hair. Who knows? Changes his whole personality. He's not Tom Brady. Whatever. He's a traitor. I'm booing him.
I could picture you being like a jilted lover and like throwing away your Tom Brady
I'm
stuff.
booing him. If Tom Brady were to do that, I'd boo him. That tells you someone leaves. I'm
Never.
booing.
I think there is a chance he finishes like his career in California.
Yeah, but he finishes. Listen, if they end it somewhat amicably, and maybe there's a few shots fired, but Brady goes to like San Francisco.
Tom Brady would never play for the Jets.
I'm just talking to you. If he goes to like San Francisco and Belichick trades him, or like there's a parting of ways, whatever.
Question
That's
for you.
one thing. But literally, if he would have spurned our team and be like, "F you, I'm going to play for the Jets of Miami" or something, then I'd be like, "I'm booing you. I'm booing you.
I'm gonna end the show.
I'm booing you.
We're almost an hour and a half. I'm gonna end the show.
I am booing
I hear
you."
you. I'm gonna end the show on a little story. It's been told before, so some of you may know it, some of you may not.
He's ending the show just because I'm booing so much. Boo.
You're booing too So Jack Kent Cooke, who owned the Lakers in the 60s and 70s, called Bill Russell, and I think it was like 72 or 73. Russell had been retired for a few years. And Jack Kent Cooke goes, "Bill, I've been thinking about this. I'm going to bring you out of retirement to play for the Lakers." So Russell says, aren't you paying, a guy named Wilt Chamberlain a lot of money to be your starting center? And Kent Cooke says, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, how would Wilt feel about being a backup center?" And then he ended the conversation, Russell did, by saying, "Jack, I'm done playing basketball. I'm never playing basketball again. But if I did, it would only be for the Celtics." And I think that's how Tom Brady feels. So I don't think
I think
he'll
that's
ever
how
go
he
with that.
feels, but I think Tom Brady legitimately does want to play till he's 45. Maybe not 50.
Look at, I'm not.
We saw him in person. What was he talking about?
I'm gonna play till I suck.
Yeah, I'm going to play forever. I told Giselle 10 years ago I had 9 years left. Well, maybe I have another 9. Okay? He wants to play forever. He's not slowing down. He doesn't have a good deep ball. He's never had a good deep ball. And like I was arguing with someone the other day.
No, that's bullshit.
Right.
We had Deion Branch and Randy Moss. His deep ball's fine.
That's what I was just saying. When he had the weapons, he had a good deep ball. No one complained then. He doesn't have deep weapons. If you gave him...
To be fair, though, I could just like chuck it up there and Randy Moss is gonna come down with it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He'll just jump.
Brady would just be like, triple teamed, bomb, touchdown against the Dolphins.
I think
but-
that was a game. That was a game. Greg Gumbel was like, "This is like watching a video."
Yeah, he was like, this is ridiculous. But literally, Tom Brady would just throw it up and Randy Moss would catch it. But you know what? Has he had a guy like that since?
No.
If he had Odell Beckham Jr., you don't think he'd just be able to bomb it?
Well, Odell Beckham would be too busy like kicking stuff on the sideline and being a little bitch. So,
I'd take him. Bill would shut him down.
you sure about that?
I think so.
Bill hasn't been able to, muzzle every single guy he's brought in here. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I know. He didn't.
Albert Hainsworth,
Albert Hainsworth just sucked.
Dallas Thomas.
He didn't muzzle Mike Vrabel correctly. He couldn't. That's why he ended up trading him. He didn't like Vrabel because Vrabel spoke out too much. He doesn't like people that don't go. That's why he doesn't like Jimmy G. When Jimmy G said it's smoother with just 2 quarterbacks, you think Belichick liked that?
No.
Belichick hates that kind of stuff.
No.
I'm telling you, there's a reason why Belichick never liked Wes Welker. Because he talked a bunch. He's a little chatty Cathy and doing funny stuff, and he and Wes Welker.
Got to put our best foot forward.
Right, if he didn't do all those things, he'd probably still be in New England right now as a backup.
He is. He's catching passes from Tommy during the suspension.
But you know what I mean. He'd actually be on the team.
All right.
We'd have quadruple white receivers.
Red Sox win Sunday.
I'm going to be at that game.
You can put that in. You could put that in the bank. Yeah, Brian's gonna say he can't go, and then he's gonna invite me. I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm watching TV. My back hurts. I don't feel like
Brian's
going
pumped.
up anyway.
Brian's pumped. If Brian goes, he's going to both games, Sunday and Monday.
You bringing AJ to both the games?
No.
You can bring him in.
Yeah, it's just going to be horrible, though. He's a way heavy dude. It's not going to be good. To hold the 25-pound baby for that long and just hang out with him and then have him, have to go change him in the middle of innings and stuff, no. I love my kid to death. I don't want to bring him to Fenway. I did it already. It was awesome because I brought him to Fenway, and he probably enjoyed the experience somewhat, but after a while he just got cranky, and I was like, yeah, this was a horrible idea. My back was killing me. I had to carry that kid for hours. for hours, either in the little pack I had or just holding them. 25 pounds gets heavy after hours. Trust me.
All right, but I think we'll call it a night. We'll come back to you next Friday. Check us out on YouTube, Chris and Cash Podcast.
Cash Podcast.
And we'll be back with you Friday, probably, likely, covering the end of the Red Sox season.
The end of the Red Sox season and the rebirth of Tom Brady.
Yeah, we'll see what Brady does.
Coming out of the ashes like a phoenix.
All right, see you later.
Bye.